What's going on, everybody? It's Raphael Hilaire, local real estate agent in Tampa, Florida. And today, I have a very special video for you guys. As you can see from the title, a lot of people always ask, I put in $40,000 over asking price, and the seller still did not accept my offer. Now, if you think the highest offer always wins, you got to think again. I have 4 reasons why a seller may not choose the highest offer. If you stay all the way to the end, you will know all the 4 reasons why, and that will help you when you put a deal in for your next home. If you are thinking about making a move to Tampa, Florida, if you have any questions, any concerns, any comments you want to make, please reach out to me. As you can see right here, there's my phone number and my email. Reach out to me. My social media accounts is all in the description. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I would love to help you find a home over here in Tampa, Florida. And now, let's get straight up in the video. The number one reason why a seller may not choose the highest offer is because a buyer brings in an all-cash offer. A buyer bringing in an all-cash offer means there's no pitfalls during financing. We all know when you finance a home, there's inspections you have to go through. There's all this ups and downs and the title and everything. The all-cash buyer is just buying the property as is in its condition. Sometimes there's no inspections, no nothing out of all of that. So it makes it easier for the seller. And I know some people with the highest offer might think they'll win, but a person bringing in a cash offer makes much sense for the seller in certain predicaments. Even with you, say you have somebody who wants to finance, say you're selling your car, somebody wants to finance it, or somebody's going to come in and say, hey, I have all the cash. Which one makes more sense for you? Which one is much easier? That's exactly what's on the seller's mind when you are purchasing a home. So keep that in mind. The second reason a seller may not choose the highest offer is because a buyer can close ASAP. You know, if a seller's antsy to get moving, and an offer from a buyer who can quickly close will make much sense for the seller. You might come in with a highest offer, but you may need 2 to 3 months in order for certain things to come in. Maybe you're selling your home, maybe you are relocating to the area, certain things like that, and you may need a couple months that the seller may not want to wait. And somebody comes in and says, hey, even though our offer may not be the largest or the highest, at least we want to move within the next 30 days. And if the seller already has a home that they want to move into and they don't want 2 different mortgages, they might be more adamant to choose that one over the highest offer. Now, the highest offer may not mean the most to the seller because all the terms and the conditions might meet the seller's needs more than just the highest offer. The third reason why a seller may not choose the highest offer is because a buyer shares their story with the seller. And a seller who's been in the home for many years, of course, they grow sentiment with that home. Now, how would you feel if someone just comes in and they're just like, hey, here's my offer, I want the house, get the hell out? Or someone shares their story, and that's very common in real estate. You know, when you really want the home and you really feel like this is the right home. I don't want no else home. I want this one. I see my family here. I see my loved ones here. I see us in the pool. I see us in the living room, in the kitchen, and having Thanksgiving. And you write a letter to the seller, and your agent gives that to the listing agent. And that might make the seller understand that the person that I'm giving the keys to is not just somebody who's just gonna just say whatever about the house and just rent it out to somebody else. They're really gonna have sentiment as well with the home, and it might touch the seller. Not saying a letter from anybody is just gonna make the seller say, hey, they sent me a letter, how nice. But a person who values the home as much as the seller does and connects with them in a certain way might make them more apt to choose that offer rather than somebody who has the highest offer. Because knowing that I'm giving, it's like me, you know, putting myself in a seller's position. Knowing I'm giving away something that I've lived in for, some people live in the house for over 40, 50 years. Knowing that I'm giving away my house to somebody who actually is going to appreciate the value, appreciate the home and what it has to offer, that may make the seller put that offer on top of the stack because they understand that that buyer actually appreciates this home and not just another buyer who's just putting $30,000-$40,000 over asking price just to receive the home. Now, the fourth reason why a seller may not choose the highest offer is because a buyer doesn't ask for contingencies. Now, what are contingencies? Contingencies are a home that needs to be sold in order for the person to buy another home. So say I have my home on the market, which is not in a contract yet, and I want to put in an offer on another home, but it's contingent upon me selling my home first in order for me to buy the new home. Sometimes sellers don't really appreciate that because that's a risk. It's like, it's a huge risk. They have to roll the dice and see what if they call in and say, hey, I know we're 30 days, 45 days into the deal, but my home has just got out under contract and now back on the market. Now the seller they have to take away their offer for that home. Now the seller has to go back on the market as well. So a buyer that comes in and says, hey, I don't have no contingency. I have no house that's for sale that's contingent upon me getting this home. I have a free and clear. I'm ready to go now. We can close within 30 days. A seller would take that offer rather than somebody who's contingent. Even if they have, 30, 40, 50, sometimes even 80,000 over listing price, the seller might even choose the other offer with a buyer who may come in at a lower offer, but it's not contingent on nothing. So really, offers, just especially in this market where we have low inventory and within a couple days it's just being sold. And in a market like this, you definitely do not want anything contingent because that offer is probably going to be at the bottom of the stack, and other offers that are not even contingent, that might not even be higher than yours, the seller would pick theirs because of the terms. Remember, when you're dealing in real estate, not just the price matters. It's the terms, it's the condition, it's the clauses, everything. You can make your offer so strong even if you're not the highest offer because of your terms. So make sure you're picking the right real estate agent who knows what they're doing, who's been in multiple offer situations and know how to navigate you to be at the top of the stack and actually win and get the house of your dreams. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much for watching this video. If you learned something new, please let me know in the comments. And if you have any questions about moving to Tampa, Florida, make sure you call this number and email me. And I would love to help you find a home over here. And if we are in a situation of multiple offers, we can navigate through that offer with these 4 tips that I just gave you. If you learned something new, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. See you next video. Peace.